world's ancient great empires come some beautiful and exotic flavours. Add some fire and spice and you have the wonderfully seductive world of Persian food.
Join our food safari to learn how to create the rice dish of celebration. The secrets of an expert kebab maker, a classic dish of the Sultan's Ghormeh Sabzi, and a seductive rosewater dessert.
Persian food is not only Iran, it's wider than that geographically. It would go to Afghanistan, part of Central Asia and surrounding countries of Iran. It is a very balanced food. It is time-consuming, it's labor-intensive, but at the end, it's yummy, it's delicious.
Rasul Sajadi was born into a food-loving family in the Shiraz province in southwest Iran, a farming area with abundant fruit and vegetables. After fleeing his homeland, Rasul and his family settled in Australia and opened an emporium full of everything from 10 sorts of rice to musical instruments and backgammon boards. Tell me how essential rice is in Persian cuisine.
Iranians are usually very fussy about the way they prepare their rice. It has to be next to perfect. Because this is the main dish, basically. This is the longest grain and the most aromatic rice that we can find here in Australia.
It says aged.
Yes, it has to be aged. If the rice is not aged, it would be sticky, wouldn't be as fluffy, and at the same time wouldn't have the same aroma and the same flavor.
Same magic.
So it has to be aged. 2 years to 3 years is best. We use saffron a lot, and we believe that Persian saffron is the best. It's stronger in flavor and it's stronger in color.
So saffron's the main spice, but there are other things that
Apart
Persian
from
people
saffron,
like
the
to use.
next spice, real spice, would be turmeric.
Ah,
We add it to almost every stew.
for colour and flavour.
For color and flavor. Herbs are used a lot in Persian cuisine.
And are you using fresh or dried?
Fresh if we can, but some people dry them and use them in the winter. In Ghormeh Sabzi, for instance, there's 3 different herbs used. Parsley, leeks, and a smaller portion of fenugreek. This is dried lime. It's used for its flavor and for its soury taste. It's used a lot in Ghormeh Sabzi.
So would you say the Persian taste buds love a little bit of tang?
Indeed, indeed. Traditionally, ghee is used a lot in Persian cuisine. We warm it up and garnish basically our rice. Not only it gives a non-sticky kind of texture to the rice, at the same time it gives it a nice, very nice flavor.
Brussels tea is something that you adore, isn't it?
Usually we have tea after every meal. It's treated with a lot of respect when we have tea.
And you drink it black?
We drink it black.
But you love your sugar, don't you?
Most people would probably put the sugar cube in their mouth and they sip their tea together with the sugar cube in their mouth, and it gradually melts as you drink your tea.
Rasul, dried fruit plays a huge part in the cuisine, doesn't it?
For cooking, I guess this would be the most popular one. Poloui, which goes with polo. They call it poloui keshmesh.
Through the beautiful rice.
Beautiful rice.
So that's quite sweet?
It's sweet and sour.
These are one of my favourite things, and they're grown in Iran, are they?
They're grown in Iran. They're grown in Shiraz. That's why we call them Shirazi anjir.
And they're little figs.
And they're little figs, yeah. They're not as big as ordinary figs, but they're sweeter. Some people soak them overnight in water or milk and have them as a snack or as a cereal in the morning.
Yum.
Kashk is a sub-product of yogurt, and it's used mainly with the kashk bademjun, which is a popular dish.
And so what's the flavour of this?
It's got a strong yogurt or butter flavor.
service, kebabs are all roughly the same. To a Persian, there are 1,000 fine distinctions. The quality and cut of the meat, the marinades and the spicing. But they're all cooked on the sword-like skewers called a shish.
We make kebab of fish, we make kebab of prawns, we make kebab of everything. Kebab is the main part of the Persian menu, Persian cuisine.
Mehdi Malek is one of the top kebab makers. His skills prized by restaurateur Kami Shapari in his Sydney restaurant Kolbe.
This is called kubide. Kubide in fact means minced or smashed meat.
So these are called the shish?
Sikh.
The sikh.
Sikh.
And what's the history?
I believe that the soldier used to use it while they were at war, since they didn't have a facility to cook.
Oh, so they cook on their swords?
Whenever they find a meat somewhere, they stick it on the sword and put it on the fire.
Now that's very interesting how you've done that. So
We call it Ghormeh, that means bite. Each one of them is one bite. You can eat it with one bite.
It's the same.
It is exactly the same.
Has to be.
Yeah.
That's one of the art of this. This is barge. The thin stripes of the meat, he's putting them on a skew.
So he's trying to thread this through something that's what?
That's
a few
probably
millimeters
a few
thick.
millimeters.
Look how quickly he does it.
That's why.
A perfect bug.
The perfect bag.
The bag is dipped into onion juice and saffron before cooking.
Cooking it, you have to have the notion of time. They are quite sensitive, these kebabs. If you overcook one side and undercook the other side, they separate from the skew and they fall off on the fire. So he has to cook them equally on each side.
I bet Malik doesn't have very many fall down.
Yeah.
No,
Never.
never.
Finished. Looks beautiful.
我爱他，我爱他，我爱他，我爱他。
不要烦我啦！
不要我可以，乖乖喝这瓶含铁玫瑰丝雾饮，就是这瓶加了铁的丝雾饮。
女生不能被月经打败。我的天地合补含铁玫瑰丝雾饮，有纯正的丝雾，让她每个月乖乖的来，不虚弱，不苍白。它含丰富的铁质，帮助补充流失，多了铁，多了红润。谁说年龄是问题？
我爱他，他是我的梦想。
天地合补含铁玫瑰丝雾饮。
准备好进入巨龙的冒险世界。
Is that it?
驯龙高手，3月26日3D 立体呈现。
我这人哦，介久冒，啊若感冒吼，什么药啊，拢无我医生开的药有效啦。若无就食这福茂加强定，伊的成分甲医生开的感冒药啊，其实作用差不多，有效，佫袂爱困。感冒吼，食福茂就对啊啦。
福茂大包装，寒天紧来穿便便。
他们来自各行各业，却有着共同的梦想，就是成为一名时装设计师。
My goal here is to win. I want to be a designer.
他们将一较高下，为名人量身定做晚礼服。最后，谁的作品能脱颖而出，在红地毯上亮相
Who are you wearing? I am wearing.
决战星光晚礼服，今天晚上10点就在 Discovery 旅游生活频道。这一季蛋糕狂想曲进入巴黎的蛋糕王国，这是个创意无限的园地。
The more we put on it, the nicer it looks.
用热情实现梦想。
To finish what we gotta, because there is no tomorrow.
捕捉蛋糕烘焙坊最真实的一面，带您揭开不可思议的蛋糕艺术。蛋糕天王，今天晚上7点就在 Discovery 旅游生活频道。
The clapping sound as the bread is slapped into shape for the tan or oven is the sign of a good restaurant. Fresh, warm bread is a must, and the result is a golden crust and a slightly spongy texture. No Persian meal is complete without it.
Persian Persian bread is called taftan and is made from a mix of wholemeal and white flour. Rye is sometimes used as well. Most of the process made by hand, as it has been for hundreds of years. The bread just moist enough to stick on the hot clay sides of the oven. Most good restaurants have their own tandoor oven. Jason Agrami from Sydney's Vatan restaurant has 2 ovens and a specialist baker serving freshly baked bread with all meals. He once ran a fish cafe by the beach in Sydney, but decided the flavours of his childhood were much more exciting. One of his favourite dishes is Ghormeh Sabzi, a slow-cooked dish with duck, dried lime and a mountain of herbs. Parsley, coriander, garlic chives and dried fenugreek leaves.
You couldn't find it fresh.
So you normally use these fresh in Iran?
Yes, fresh, yeah. And when you start fry it, even 2 or 3 homes away, you know, they know you're doing the Ghormeh Sabzi, yeah.
The dish starts with onions fried in a few tablespoons of ghee.
Just sweat the onions, let it to get a little bit color.
Then the meat is added. Jason likes to use the rich flavour of duck.
And duck is popular in Iran, is it?
Yeah, duck is popular in north and west of Iran, very popular. Put some turmeric, just a pinch.
The sealed duck is removed from the heat and the fresh herbs are added.
The colour starts changing on the herb and basically shrinking.
Jason then adds a generous amount of dried fenugreek.
And you see the different smell straight away.
That's the smell that everybody knows you're making Ghormeh Sabzi.
That's it. Okay, we put back our duck. We add a little bit chicken stock or just plain water. Just cover the meat.
Oh, look at that green colour.
We add the dried lime. Just crack it to get the flavour out. Yes, that's the way you just crack it. Put some salt and pepper. As you see, it's coming to the boil now. And they add some red kidney beans. We simmer it down for 2 hours.
Oh, look at that. That is so worth waiting for.
That Ghormeh Sabzi?
That is Ghormeh Sabzi. It's beautiful.
Across Iran, there's a dish said to be able to sustain workers through a long day, a dish that's also incredibly delicious. It's called dizi, and it's traditionally served in tea houses. Restaurateur Kami Shapari serves it every Sunday and says it's now popular in Australia with younger Iranians.
This is the name of this container. It used to be the laborer's meal. It's a very filling and very high-calorie meal. You have practically everything in it. 2 different kind of beans, meat, you have potato, and you have lots of fat. We don't use as much fat as we use it in Iran.
Yeah.
Here, we have to have a little piece of fat in it, animal fat in it, to give it a flavor. But we don't use as much.
And what do people do when it's served? We've seen people mashing it.
Well, the juice, they put it in a bowl. They break the bread in it. And they eat it separately. And whatever is left in it, they smash it in the dizi and they eat it with bread.
Sounds like so much fun. So this is the time when, you know, your mother said you shouldn't play with your food. This is the time when
they
you can.
They play with the food. Yeah. That's all the fun about it. That's why it's popular amongst the youngsters now. You can call it Persian pate.
Persian pate.
You take your piece of bread. You can put it inside the bread and make a bundle like that. You can put either a piece of onion or a leaf of mint in it.
Warm Persian pate. Very nice.
Panasonic 专业顶级的清净功能，
永久清净，给您3段全净化的好空气。日本第一居家空调，现在买还有第1好礼6选1，100万好礼大方送。
Panasonic Ideas for Life。
全新迪奥 DNA 黑钻夜间精华，创新夜间密集美白，每一滴精华深入肌肤核心，淡化斑点，让肌肤净白无瑕，如钻石般透亮白。全新迪奥 DNA 黑钻夜间精华 Dior。
为何您需要汇丰银行环球金融服务？是为了掌握超过80个国家的开拓机会，或是为了在全球庞大市场中发展业务，还是想帮助您的财富成长？汇丰拥有145年经验，掌握世界潜能，成就更多可能。汇丰银行，环球金融，地方智慧。
547-548。
爸比，没有的英文叫做咩呀
？59的英文呢
？59。
然后呢
？51553，5455556，557。听见最想听的声音。
中华电信。
现在申办热线009，全天均1价，快拨0800-080-100申请。市话拨打019，另有优惠哦。
今天想梦成真，明天梦想成真。汇丰银行运筹理财服务全球隆重上市，财富管理客户最高可享外币定存4.88%。汇丰银行0800-066-018。
准备跟着我们踏上一个精彩不断的美丽旅程。山奈莎的悠闲周末，每星期2晚上8点，就在 Discovery 旅游生活频道。
勇敢挑战冒险，追求超然自由的生活。Nautica。
你见过琼斯先生吗？6尺1寸高，获选时人杂志全球最热门的50位单身汉之一。花花公子，抱歉，是美式足球员。下了球场，他喜欢全球各地啪啪走，探索运动在全世界共通的魅力，挑战全世界。3月25日星期4 ，Discovery 旅游生活频道首播。Discovery 旅游生活频道9点线上，我的梦幻婚纱。
Isn't this beautiful?
It just isn't quite right.
Oh my God, that's it.
It's nice and plain, just like you are.
She loved the dress. I think this may be the one, but she won't commit to anything. No.
9点线上，我的梦幻婚纱，今天晚上9点就在 Discovery 旅游生活频道。
老饕们照过来，给你一个包罗万象的美食系列报道，为你介绍新兴的餐饮趋势、最流行的食材调料，以及世界各地的美食圣地。饮食新浪潮接着播出。
Flocking for their Sunday breakfast. One of the big favourites in the Persian community is called kale poche, head and hoof soup, and it comes with all the trimmings.
Kale poche, kale is the head, and poche is the feet.
So this is a very different Sunday brekkie.
Oh yes, it's different from the bacon and egg, and you know the egg Benedict at Tuscany near the beach. Yeah, obviously.
When you tried all that, come here.
Of course, yeah.
So for someone having this for the first time, seeing the head is a bit confronting, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. First of all, I don't serve it with a whole, with a bone. I just plate it up. You know, different parts of the head, the meat and the eye and the cheeks and the ears. You know, when you plate it up, it look like a lamb shank. I make a ghormeh that is carrot, celery, and parsley stalks to get that little bit extra touch. Yeah. Then I have the onions,
So 4 onions to how many lamb heads have you got?
I have around 20 and around 150 feet.
150 feet?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Baby feet. It's quite nice and tender. Then I put garlic. I never say no to garlic. And then I put some cinnamon stick. That's traditional.
That's a great flavour with lamb too.
Of course. I put some bay leaves. Then I put the cardamom.
And you like the green in this?
Yes, yes. Put some turmeric. When it's cooked, it gives a yummy look with the lamb head and the meat, okay? And obviously go for the peppercorn.
Good hand on the pepper there, Jason.
And at the last, the good old salt. Very simple. It's good to get the turmeric to all the parts of the meat. When it's coming to the boil, simmer it down for another 18 hours.
18 hours?
18, 19 hours. And it's coming like a beautiful consomme, very clear.
Ooh,
yeah.
Lovely. That's good. I went the easy way and got the cheek.
That's probably the best place.
That's the best place to start,
and that's
is it?
the most like beef. The taste the most like beef.
She said it was going to be like lamb shank, and it sort of is.
Yep.
A bit like lamb shank.
Well,
you have to be born as a Persian to eat that, otherwise no.
You have to be born as a Persian to eat this.
That's it.
You know what? I think you're right. Since ancient times, the Persians have used rice not as a side dish, but as the centre of celebrations. Cooking can take hours to make each of the grains just perfect and worthy of the title, the pearls of Persian cuisine.
We make the rice with our heart and soul. We put a lot of effort in it because we love to make it.
Nadia Sajadi knows all the rules. Her rice is legendary amongst her family and friends. Nadia starts by washing the rice thoroughly and adds rock salt, then leaves it for half an hour before pouring the rice and salty water into the pot with a few drops of oil.
You see how they're playing in the water?
They're having a lovely time playing in the water.
They're having a lovely time in there, aren't they?
When the rice is almost cooked, Nadia drains it ready for its second cooking. This starts by adding oil and sliced potato to the bottom of the pot to protect the precious rice and to create a golden crust at the bottom.
It's to die for, really.
Then she adds the rice, ready for steaming.
Once the steam gets in the pot, if we put the lid in there, it takes the steams and traps it in so the steam doesn't go back in the rice. We leave it here for 45 minutes and then we serve it.
Nadia then crushes saffron with a little sugar and adds water. The liquid ready to add to flavour the chicken, which is the side dish to the rice. This is cooked with a marinade of crushed garlic,
put it in there,
salt and lemon juice.
About 1 tablespoon.
With turmeric, Persian mixed spice, chilli powder and black pepper added. It's mixed with water and some of the saffron liquid.
Stir it around.
Then spooned over the chicken and sliced onion. And covered with foil to cook for an hour. To assemble the pulao, Nadia washes the barberries.
Tell me what the flavour of a barberry is like.
A bit sweet and sour.
Ah, like a cranberry but smaller?
Yes.
Nadia melts a generous amount of butter and adds the barberries.
It needs only a few seconds, really, otherwise they get burnt and they get discoloured. That's 2 tablespoons of sugar. We just put it in, stir it. A couple of teaspoons of saffron. Okay, that's it, that's ready.
Then to serve, she layers the perfect rice with the sweetened barberries,
bit of this,
slivered pistachios, and a sprinkling of liquid saffron.
Now, tell me what you're doing.
This is butter and saffron. I melted it and put a little bit in there just to finish it off.
Wow, that's intense, isn't it? It is incredibly beautiful.
A little bit more of these. Now, the chicken around there to garnish.
So the chicken's the garnish and the rice is the centerpiece.
Centerpiece.
The added bonus of any pulao dish is the golden rice crust that's created at the bottom of the pot, called tadeg.
That's beautiful.
That's so crispy. Delicious.
Good, nice.
And then there's all this waiting for us too.
Please.
Absolutely stunning. In the Persian community, sweets punctuate the day, from biscuits made with nuts and dried fruit to syrupy pastries and lavish cream cakes, many with the flavours of saffron, pistachio and rosewater. With his wife Sophia, Babak Jonaidi has been making some of the favourites using chickpea flour, rice flour and a good amount of spices. Lots of beautiful little biscuits.
Yeah, this is Sultana's biscuit with saffron.
Oh.
Yeah, normally, the breakfast, tea, coffee.
You've got to love a culture that has sweet biscuits for breakfast.
Yeah, and Danish with the custard cream with cinnamon.
Danish.
Danish,
In
yeah.
Persia.
In
No.
Persia.
As for desserts, there's one favourite that appears on dessert menus as well as being a cool summer snack. It's called Falooda, a sweet iced dessert with rosewater and flavoured with lime, sour cherry or strawberry. Sometimes it's served with saffron ice cream.
It's something that is very good for hot weather. But what it has inside, especially the lemon and the crushed ice that is inside.
So it's like a sort of exotic snow cone with noodles in it.
Yeah.
Restaurateur Jalal Dastiari is a devotee. He was born in Azerbaijan and grew up in Tehran, where he was a police officer, later moving to Australia and opening Anahita restaurant 10 years ago. He starts by freezing a mix of water and sugar cooked to syrup, then slightly thawing and teasing out any hard lumps.
Hard work, eh?
No, very good condition. Better.
I have new respect for this dessert now. Yeah, it's even cold holding the bowl. Must be freezing hands.
Yeah, freezing hands, yeah. You ready now?
It's a crazy dessert.
He adds cooked rice vermicelli noodles to the icy mix.
So the noodles sort of freeze up and harden.
Yeah, frozen hard. And that's what we want. A bit rose water and salt.
Lovely.
Yeah. Okay. There are three kinds to have it. One is with the lime juice. Another one is with the strawberry.
Oh, that's a wild colour. Okay.
And another one is popular in Iran as this one. How is it?
Oh, it's lovely. And
Yeah.
I haven't had the noodles yet. They're hard. I think this has to be one of the most unusual desserts I've ever eaten.